Well, welcome back to the second half of the day. I say second half, there's only going to be about an hour and a half's fishing left, I think, something like that. No, 2 hours fishing left probably. So we're back at the Slipway again after the last video at Shepperton Weir. The address and everything up there for you. If you want to see more details, have a quick check on my YouTube channel. You'll see all the details of lots and lots of different free fishing. I walk the whole stretches, all of them in 4K. Lots and lots of information for you. Free parking, free fishing, great access, that type of thing, but you probably know that by now, I should think. So I've had my little kip, I've had my little lie down. I had to come down. Last vid I literally got 2/3 of the way through and I couldn't do it anymore. So I had to go and have a lie down. Done that now. Lie down, the car park's right there, Slipway's there, it's that simple. Drive down, launch your boat, flippers. And I'm going to go, I went up there, right at the back, had a little nibble, I think, but missed one. Came all the way back, went up round here to the River Wye and just went up this little spot here, and I had a fish on and lost it in the weed just there. So I don't know whether I'm going to go back there. I might just try the last half hour here and maybe go off to the right hand side. If you look on my video you'll see that there's a big bar which I explain on the other Shepperton Weir free fishing vid. There's a sandbar. I might just go up there, but it's going to be hard to anchor there because you sort of swirl around quite a lot, but we're going to see. Let's see if I fall off as well. That's the other thing. Right, okay, here we go. Push off. Oh, I'm back in the room again. A little bit flat that back to sit on. That's all right. It's got colder now, so everything's getting just slightly saggy, including me. Oh, I've had a nice lie down though. If you like what you see, what's coming up, don't forget to like, subscribe, the notification bell. It's free to subscribe. It's just like adding me to your favourites. That's all. You sign in with your Google account. If you have a Google Gmail or anything like that, then you can sign into Google like that, create an account and off you go. But yeah, so here we go, the last couple of hours really. So I'll take you up river. Where am I going? Where did I say I was going? Oh, round the corner, wasn't it? Feels like there's something missing. Oh, engine. Do you know, I'm going to go back to that original spot. I think I've got more chance of catching there. I'll come back here and I will do this spot. So where are we? About there. Next time I'm down, I think that'd be the best bet. Yep. Okay, we've only got about an hour and a half really, so I need to make the most of what I've got, I suppose. And I did actually lose a fish there, and I had one other tap as well. So there are fish mulling around. It is midsummer and the water is so warm at the moment. Do you know what I might actually do? I might stuff it in along this hedgerow here. Hedgerow? Weed line. Could just stuff it into the weeds, or shall I moor up again? I'll moor up again. Oh, that was a nice sized fish. A nice sized fish just surfaced then. I don't know if that was a carp, because I chatted to some chap a couple of weeks back, said they saw loads of carp on the Echo Sounder up here, up the River Wye, so I think we're going to go up there a little bit. I'll tell you what, let's go up the River Wye like I said on the last video. I promised I'd come up that way, so that's what we'll do. If I don't crash into anything, because I'm going backwards, you never know. And this is where I fished last time, just here on the left hand side. Sorry, this is where I anchored, just there, and I fished over there, and there have been bites along that edge. So let me take you up here for a bit. It's quite nice, first lock on the River Wye from the River Thames. It's lovely, it's a nice spot. Should we go up there backwards? It's not quite as fast backwards. Harder to steer as well. Got to give it a little bit more. But there's been no boat traffic at all. I think I may have seen one boat go past today. It's lovely, isn't it? Welcome to the River Way navigation. See, there's a likely looking spot just here. Ooh, we've only got an hour and a half, so I really want to get back to where we were, where I had a couple of bites last time, but or a lost fish and a bite, I should say. But oh, there's a lovely peachy looking hole there. I just wonder, can I be cheeky? Should we see? It does look rather nice. Wow, it's a long time since I've been here. See, there's a gap there, right there. Right there. It's making me wonder if I can get away with it. I don't want to get in anybody's way. That's what you're saying. That it's very quick to redo, you know. It takes me 2 seconds to move. Lovely. I could go out of the River Way, to be honest with you. Not that I'm going to. I've got enough time. Oh, this is lovely, isn't it? I mean, it's just got overcast now. It's been really boiling hot today, so it's typical, isn't it? It gets overcast at sort of 5 o'clock and don't get much fishing in. No, not 5 o'clock, 5:30. No, 6 o'clock. Hang on. No, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 5. I tell you, I ain't got a clue what day it is. I said that in the last video. Not a blimmin' clue. It's quite cool, to be honest with you. I like to be clueless sometimes. Gosh, I want to dunk a bait in that hole. There's bound to be something in that gap. It's not the sort of gap I would go past without trying. Something. So let's see if I can get out of the way of people. Oh, there's some bubbles. Ooh, hopefully they're not bream. Let's try that. Well, typical. There we go. There we go. Bit of reverse. Might need a slightly longer line, I don't know. No, I think we're good here, you know. I think we're good here. Sorry, I think we're good here. Oh, let's see how we sit. Okay. So it'll be the same tactics as usual. So it'll just be the normal pace, the boilie, that type of thing around the hook and the weight. Special paste. I will do a video. I keep promising to do a video, but every time I'm going to do a video, it's either really noisy on the campsite or peeing down with rain. So I've not had much luck, to be honest with you, on timing for that sort of thing. So bear with me. I will do you one. It's quite a reliable way of doing things. It's very cheap and reliable, you know. A bit like, I'm not going to say what, to be honest. There we go. Right. So I'm going to pop a fresh bait on because it's been on there. Oh, bloody stinks. It does. Yeah, it's cracking up now. It's soggy. So that's no help to anybody. That I very rarely pre-bait anywhere on the Thames ever. It's normally just paste, that type of thing, and cast around quite a bit, you know. That's the key, is to keep moving, I think. From my personal experience anyway, everybody's different, so we all have our own ideas, which is great, to be honest with you. God, imagine how boring it would be if we were all doing the same bloody thing. I haven't got my glasses on, I'm blind as a bat. Come on, put some talcum powder on it. You see what I'm doing here? Look. I would say it's the blind leading the blind, but I'm the only one here. I really ought to put my glasses on, this is terrible. But I'm showing it for you, just to show you what it's like to be old. There we go. Gosh, that wasn't actually that difficult, was it, really? Now these boilies, oh, is that split? No, these boilies are rock hard normally. Well, I keep them in my paste, so they slowly absorb the oils, you see, and then they become a little bit softer, a little bit more tempting, you know. I think that split the bait right down the middle, that has. Nope, I think we're okay. I think we're okay. Sorry, I probably didn't show much of that on camera. I'm sorry about that. First time back in the boat again after a very short break. Brain dead and all that. I'm doing it again. Right, so there's my rig. As per usual, running lead. Slight bolt rig action to it, but it's not really a bolt rig because of the lack of weight, you know. But being a small weight, so it's just a running boom. I put a bit of shrink tube over the top and I just go like that, and then it's nice and safe as well, so you know, if a fish gets hooked it can release, the line comes out through the boom itself. My favourite style of swivel. I've done it again. There you go, move my head in the right place, there you go. Just a normal boilie, size 4 hook. It's a fishy trout pellets flavoured boilie. Got my fishy paste here, very, very fishy, stinky paste. 2-3 days old now, something like that, and 4 days old I think, something like that. Cheapest form of fishing when it comes to bait, that's for sure, with paste. I have been through the baits and everything, you know, the trout pellet and stuff before on the channel, and how I put my paste on and how important it is to make sure it's nicely smoothed off and in the right spots. I'm doing it again with my head cam, aren't I? I'm missing it. Sorry about that. Right, there we go. So there's the middle. Try and keep it centralised. Pull down a little bit. With the hook bait, if you're covering that, you want it rounded and smooth there. So, because that's the first bit that goes in the, well, the first bit that goes in the water is the weight, so you want the bottom of the weight paste. I'll put this in the water to cool down, I'll show you that in a second. So you want the bottom of the, well, the bottom of the weight hits the water first, so you want that to be smooth when you put the paste on. So like this sort of thing really, I suppose you'd call it. Here we go. Give it a good squeeze. Always leave your paste in the water as well if you want to, if you're going to cast at all. Definitely worth doing that. And this, you want it nice and round and smooth, this end, so as the weight, because the weight hits the water, bosh, and it goes in that way, dosh, so that's the first thing to hit. So you want that to be smooth, and you want the opposite for the hook, so you want that to be smooth, because that's the first bit that hits the water, because it gets pulled down by the weight, like that. So the normal thing, pop it in the water, let it cool down for a bit. I'll probably in a really hot day when it's really, really warm, about a minute. But in this sort of conditions, still quite warm, but not too severe. It really wants to be just about 30 seconds, something like that. That would be plenty. So you sit here, just take it in. The jet noise and everything else. Okay, let's see how badly I do with this. Ready to be embarrassed? Here we go. I've only got a little, I don't want to get it right in the gap, I just want to get it. Oh, that's a bit shallow. That's clear, it's clear, it's clear, it's clear, it's clear. It's dropped, it's dropped, it's clear. Oh my God. Right, okay. Let's hope they're hungry. Keep your eye on that rod just in case. You never know with the River Thames, you can get a bite really quickly, you see. That's why I like to move around a bit. Keep your eye on that rod. So this paste, like I was saying earlier, I mean, this this whole lot will last me sort of 3 or 4 trips probably, something like that. If you're not catching lots anyway, 3 or 4 trips, but obviously you use a lot more when it's busy. These are all the baits I use for the week. I'm not even showing you again, am I? I'm doing it again. Sorry. So this is the paste. It's full of bits, you see, but there's some little chunks in here of bits and pieces. I don't like it to be too smooth. I'm watching my rod tip. Don't like it being too smooth because it won't break down properly in the water. If you have this just pure trout pellet, it's blended 3mm trout pellet, high oil. Blend it like crazy to a powder. But I did about 1.5 pints of that, just over 1.5 pints, and then I added a good handful, a medium handful of method mix, that type of thing, to add to the paste. Just adds little bits and pieces. I've got a little bit of crab trout pellet in there which doesn't blend quite as well, which is good, so it leaves little red lumps, you see. You can do the same with boilie. If you blend boilie and put a little bit in your paste, you get lots of little boilie lumps as well, which is brilliant. It just helps it when the water goes over it. It takes these chips off and leaves a little dent, and then the water gets into that dent and circulates and breaks it down quite nicely, so it just helps with the breakdown, you know. And that's all the bait I'll use probably for the week. All of these, that's it. 15 boilies in total, 10-15 boilies. That's all I use for the whole week. So I go away for about, I said a tenner last time, it's about 12 quid, something like that, I think, in bait. Oh, can't we want a screamer? I was a little bit off on that cast. I should have been about a foot further out, I think. Well, no, when I reel back in, because the paste will either be on there and it's a clear run, so nothing snagged the bait, you know, the weight or the hook bait or anything. So there was a clear run when you reel in, when it's gravelly or a smooth bottom. And if there's nothing on there, completely stripped, I know there's a bit of weed or rubbish down there as well, because that can really take the paste off as you reel in, you know. So, but hopefully there's a little bit of paste left on there. It should always be pretty much just a little bit when you reel back in. That's what you want. Perfect timing is just a little bit of paste. There we go. Is that a nibble? Nah, it's me. God, I feel better after that lie down. I was proper struggling, I was. Proper struggling. Oh, hello. No, that was probably just tightening up. It's a little bit shallow there. I can see the angle of my line. I mean, they don't, you know, you catch fish in a foot, so some of my biggest bass, 15.5, 16.5 pounders, they've been in 1.5 foot of water, 2 foot of water. So, I mean, this isn't going to be a barbely area by any means, but if there's a chance for carp, or maybe a greedy old chub, that would be a bonus, wouldn't it? Oh, do you know, I need to just be a little bit further out, I think. Do you know, I'm going to do it. I'm sure it's, yeah, see, it's just off that shelf. But you know it's not snaggy because it hasn't taken the paste off, look, can you see? The paste rock hard, not rock hard, but pretty hard now, because it's been in the water a while. So you know that this is dragged along the bottom, and if it was a snaggy bottom with weed and twigs and things, you would really suffer. So the fact that it's come back clear, that might be a little bit better. It seems to be a bit too shallow there. I've got to be honest, never cast here, so I don't know. I've done just up a bit over there. I've never fished this far up. To actually tell a lie, I did once a long time ago though. I was on a canal boat then. Ooh. Oh, blackberries there. Blackberries and gosh, I can't remember the name of those. Make it something about itching, you know, with the seeds, or the not the seeds, the sort of hairy stuff inside those ones. I can't remember what it was when I was a nipper, but yeah, loads and loads of blackberries. Look at that. Whoa. Oh, makes you want to grab them and throw them in. Actually, put one on the hook. Do you know, I might come down here with a float. Oh, do you know, I'm going to come down here with a float. That'll be mine. Or maybe if I don't do Sunbury Weir and Sunbury Lock area, oh, King's Lawn, next time I'm out, I might come up here. So that'll be in a couple of days. Do you know, I might just do that with a waggler. I've seen so many bubbles, lots and lots of bubbles. It's a sure sign something's milling around. Water's filthy, really brown, and it should be clear, so I don't know whether there's been a lot of boat traffic or what. When the fish are feeding, that can obviously make the colour up the water a bit, but the stock on the Thames isn't big enough for that anymore, I don't think, sadly. Sadly. You watch it, that rod's going to go any mo. Oh yeah, there's bleak here. I imagine they're bleak, probably mixture of bleak and roach. Yeah, so the sluice for this weir, that's for this lock, the overflow, I was at it in the last episode, the last video, which would have been behind this island here. It's quite a big island of sorts, over there, and I was fishing the outflow of the River Wye, basically, under the trees, 'cause it was so bloody hot. And there's some bigger fish here. See the odd little movement. There's definitely bigger fish, not like that, but bigger fish. Oh, of course, have I got any bread on me? Just throw a bit of bread in just to show you. Oh, there they are. I don't know if that was a bite, to be honest with you, or whether that was me. I've got to stop doing this, stop playing around. Stop it. Stop it. Now, if I could turn my head round, I can't because my back's killing me, I'd have a look at that splash that I've just heard behind me. I really don't think I really can't. Hang on. Yeah, well, it has to be fairly close because it's really shallow in front of me. Another metre in front and I'll be aground almost. The line's very slack on my rod, but I'm not worried because it's floating and there's a lovely straight line of line literally I can see on the surface. So I'll know if we get a bite or not. That's just pulling up tight because we're swinging. There you go. Yeah, I might come up here with a float, you know. Just try and catch a few fish for you, because because it's been really hard. This summer's been, blimey, it's so hard. It's 33, 34 degrees. 3 weeks ago I was up here, 3 weeks ago, and it was so hot, it's unbelievable. It was meltdown. So, and it's been 28 today, 27 I'd say in the sun, 28 degrees. High pressure, so, and the river's low as anything, like, you know, it just looks dead. I can't believe I missed that one or lost that fish this morning's one. So the last vid, basically. I can't believe I lost that. I would have had a fish on video. I would use barbless hooks, that's the problem. So I do like to crush my barbs down and that, but barbless hooks, it got plenty of weed on the line, so it ended on the weight and around the weight and that, so it ended up coming off, and I sort of made a mistake a little bit trying to show moving the boat round while I was playing it and stuff, and I think I sort of slackened up a bit too much, and just, you know, the hook popped out, as it would being barbless almost. So my fault, lack of skill again. Oh, actually, a channel update for you. News. Here we go. Breaking news. Well, actually, I think night fishing, I might be wrong, but check for yourselves. I think night fishing may be banned by the council or whoever at Aragon Avenue and Hampton Court, so Cigarette Island. I'm not 100% sure. I was told in the comments that it's been banned, which wouldn't surprise me, I suppose, because there has been the odd bit of trouble here and there down that end. I know the neighbours, the locals at Aragon Avenue really hate the fishermen because people go up there and bivvy it for a week or 2 weeks or whatever, and they kill the grass and they make a mess, and you know, it's just annoying. But so check before you go, because in my videos of those two, I was saying that you could, well, I don't even think I mentioned about night fishing. It was just taken as that you could because you can, you know, but I think very recently it's been banned, so just double check that if you are thinking about going there. Hampton Court and Aragon Avenue. I'd probably ring up the Environment Agency for that. Maybe the local council, they'll probably know. Because it's not owned by a club or anything, nobody really owns it, sort of to look after it like that. It's hard to get any information, you know. Oh, dragonfly, huge one. Oh, sorry, forgot I was fishing for a moment. Yeah, I think I'll come back here and actually target this area, I think. Might do that in the next couple of days. Might be my next trip. I did say in the first half of this video from last week that I probably posted. I did say I'll probably do Sunbury, didn't I? Yeah, I think I may. Great. Okay, battery's just run out on that for the third time. Progress. Hello. No, nothing yet. Well, after that one I lost, I went back to had a bit of a sit down. My back was killing me. I had to stand up for a bit, you know. And I've only just really restarted, so.
The day's not quite as young as it was last time I passed you.
I know.
There's still time.
It's got to be 6 o'clock now, isn't it?
You'll get there, mate.
Oh, yeah, you're a star. You have more confidence than I do. The campsite shuts at 10. It gets dark now at 8:15, I suppose. So I want to be back at the Slipway for 7:30, 7:45 at the latest. I mean, literally, I've only got to put the key in the hole, reverse the wagon down the Slipway, unclip a few bits, and it's just slide it in. Lift the front up, just slide it in. It's lovely. Oh, so much easier. I hadn't fished for 4 years actually. I fished once in nearly 4, it must have been 4 years or so, due to not being able to get down the bank and take my tackle down there and that, you know. But this boat, Bellyboat, I haven't talked about that on this vid, by the way. It's by the Bellyboat. It's by 12bb.eu. I'll leave the link at the description up there for you there, and also 12bb.eu. It's the Jumbo NPXL, so it's the biggest one that they did at the time of me purchasing this in 2023. It's now 2024 August. You get all the accessories, everything. Speed controllers here, look, backwards, forwards, but I won't do it because I'm at anchor, so I don't really want to do it too much. So there you go, that's simple as that really. Steer with your feet, and a little bit of oars when you need to. The motor is from Bellyboat tuning, sorry, Bellyboat, so it's not Bellyboat but spelled B-O-O-T tuning, Bellyboat tuning, all one word. It's the Minn Kota SC, so it's saltwater compatible, electric. 60 amp hour battery, which is 16.8 volts. I'll leave a little thingy up there again for you for that. I'll be leaving all the links, everything you can see within reason, including my waders, sock foot waders, my flippers, you name it, my boots, my thermal underwear when I wear them, as in, sorry, not thermal, neoprene shorty that I use. I'll leave all the links in the description below for you. It's quite expensive. It's not the cheap versions, any of this. I had to spend a bit more money because I use it at sea more than anything. So I do a lot of harbour fishing, so for bass and flounder, trying for flounder anyway. Very few around of those at the moment. Deep sea fishing as well. Nab tower out, God knows how far out to sea, 7 miles out on the side of a lighthouse in the middle of nowhere with ferries and God knows what going past. Beautiful calm day that was. By the way, Nab Tower's a lighthouse in the Solent, in between the Isle of Wight and Portsmouth. So yeah, it was very, very noisy. Every 2 minutes or something it was bleeping, I think, and it was so loud, it was deafening. 6,000 bleeps I had to edit in the end, because when you edit you have to first of all listen to the bleep. For me, because I don't have any sound, because I do it on everything through an Android tablet, I don't have it's not like a PC where you can split everything up, you can separate the sound and overlay. Well, you can on the tablet, but it's really not the best, so I tend to use the raw footage as such. Yeah, it's yeah, so I do a lot of sea fishing. I do love my sea fishing, deep sea fishing, but that day it took me 2 weeks to edit a 3-hour video because of all the bleeps. Every time there was a bleep, you hear the bleep, blop, so I'd have to go back in the video a bit and then play it again and then wait for the bleep bit and then pause it just as the bleep starts, move it back, look at the time, and then play it again to listen to see if I've caught it right. And then if I've caught it right, I go back to the time and then cut that split second out to the next bleep, which is 5 seconds later, 4 seconds later, and do the same again. So every bleep I was listening to, it could have been up to 8 times sometimes per bleep, and I worked out it's nearly 6,000 bleeps. So I ended up a complete wreck, honestly, a complete wreck. I was going to bed and all I could hear was bleep, bleep in my head. Did my head in, it did. I will go back there again, but it's not going to be on a misty day, so it'll be a day when they're not got the foghorns going. My mate did a dive there the same day. He had some lovely crab and lobster and got bitten by a conger. I put all that footage of the dive in on that video. Abandoned at sea, you know, that's the title that I used, or the thumbnail. I may leave a link in this video at the end if you want to click on that or highlight it or whatever. Picture of Nab Tower with me in the Bellyboat and that. It's worth a look. I catch a few, didn't catch any big ones, but the dive, wow, it shows you how many fish are actually at this place. I mean, some bass galore and conger and all sorts. It's a really good video. You get to see everything underneath the Bellyboat from the dive. I try and overlay them, you know, match them in to say I'm here and this is where these snags are underneath. So if you ever fish at Nab Tower, it's perfect. In fact, I've posted the whole dive from start to finish as well, so if you're interested in that sort of thing, I've got the whole dive in really clear water of Nab Tower, so absolutely brilliant. Pete did a brilliant job there. That was a good day out now, but I am now thinking, and I only come up here, I did, what, 2 casts, one was wrong and then the second one, but I think I need to get back to the spot where I was at before, where I was getting a little bit more action as such. So I've given it a good 3/4 of an hour, I suppose now, something like that. I just don't know the time, I don't know the day, I don't know the time. I left on, what day did I leave the house? Monday? No. Monday, I don't know. Monday, something like that, and I don't know what day it is. I think it's Wednesday. Not sure. It is. It's Wednesday today, definitely. So I'll get another session, either at Sunbury Weir, or King's Lawn sort of area. It's a really peachy spot, that is. Renowned for barbel, that is there. So I'm hoping to go there. But I am debating on, I'd like to get back to Chertsey to try and winkle one out of the Weir there, because it's absolutely gorgeous down at Chertsey. It is full of fish on its day. I've had most of my barbel out of there. Most of my barbel out of there, and chub actually. Yeah. Right, I'm going to move so we get the last half an hour or so just in that little spot where I lost that decent fish and had a nibble. So here we go, we're doing it. I've got to check all my batteries and everything and cameras and stuff. See, look, the pace is looking lovely now. If there was a bit of flow, that would just be perfect. Let me show you. I showed in every video, but can you see the different bits and pieces? See that little bit of red in there? Look, well, what happens is if you use the method I use, so 3/4 trout pellet with 4/5 trout pellet to 1/5 of some type of chunky method mix, sort of ground bait, just add a bit, and it stops it becoming just this thick, oily trout pellet oil clump that just never dissolves. So what happens is you get these little specks in that dissolve in different rates, and it pops out. I've said it on every video, but I think it's so important. So a little bit comes off like that. Then you've got a dent where this bit came out, and that dent causes a swirl of water when it's flowing, which then wears away at the pace slowly, and it hits another piece, and then that comes off. But of course that's around the whole thing. So you could sit there without the ground bait and stuff in it, and you'll sit there for, like, I've been winter fishing before and I've only changed my bait 3 times. So where it's been so hard, you know, until you put that ground bait in, and then it's just perfect, really. So I've got the perfect mix at the moment. I will do a video of that. I have been promising that, but every time I try to do a video of it, something happens. Either there's a lot of screaming kids at the campsite, because I want to do it in situ. I don't want to do it at home in the back garden, you know. I want it to look nice. It's either peeing down with rain or screaming kids. So but we will get there. It's looking a little bit weathered, isn't it? But it's still good. It's still good. It's still on there, and it's rock hard. So I'm going to leave it on there. I'm going to reel in and make a move just for the last 3/4 of an hour. Yeah, I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm doing it. Oh, it's so easy. God, it's so easy in this. Oh, he says, let me check and put my phone back before I jump up. Yeah. Right, okay. Oh, God, blimey. Oh, I don't actually want to move, but I tell you what, I might come down here instead of Sunbury. I'll come down here with some large lobworm, maggots. I'd have to spend the day here. I could get a load of maggot, pick a spot, flick the maggots in, just flick the maggots in, 3 or 4 hours, don't touch it. It's away from everything, don't make a splash over there, don't do anything. 3 or 4 hours, it's so boring, and you see the fish surfing, the bleak and the roach and everything, and it's just constant. And then suddenly, occasionally, if you can wait, you suddenly see them breaking the surface, and they're a bit bigger each time. So, and eventually then the bigger chub come, and you know, you can actually sort of hook a few like that. But I might do that, I don't know. It's more like a match fishing style thing, really, I suppose, but with massive patience. So I could pre-bait an area like that with maggots, and maybe do a bit of what I'm doing sort of in the corner while I'm doing it. Yeah, okay. But that's going to be difficult, because that's multitasking. I'm a bloke, aren't I? Apparently we can't multitask. Don't believe a word of that, by the way, but you know. Right, oh, God, I babble. I do babble, don't I? What's that on my microphone? That's disgusting. Bit of trout pellet on my microphone. What a nice place to put it. Right, okay, so we're going to go for a trip down the river again. It's so simple. I don't even have to stand up. Look at this. Just do that. Right, put a bit of reverse in to get me out of the edge. Don't want to be in the hedgerow. Make sure there's no boats coming to run me over. There we go. I always pack my anchor up a bit. There's not a lot of room on a belly boat, so, but also it's just a bit safer. It's not so pointy. Inflatable boats and points aren't a good mix normally. So, right, let's see what sort of chaos I can cause down here. So back to that original spot which is in my last vid, and I got 70% battery, which is doing well, but I've actually only got 35 minutes or something left on my SD card, 250 gig. So that's 400 gig I would have done today. 4K, it's only 30 frames a second, but HDR on the other camera, so it does take a lot of data. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to turn the camera around at the front, and we'll do a trip down the Thames again, and I'll catch up with you in just a mo. Okay, down the river, the last half hour or so, 3/4 of an hour. Why am I putting a paddle in? I don't need to paddle, I've got an electric motor. Oh my God. Right, here we go. See you later. I'll be back for you. This is where I was casting, just here. Just here. Can't cast too close because of all the weed and stuff. It's like really comes out quite a long way. There's a lot of cabbage weed there as well.